Dude, seriously? I swear to God, this channel should be renamed to Watch Me Professionally Lose Things All Day. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another unscripted review where I do another headlight restoration kit because I have shitty cars and 2 ideas, apparently. Today, we're going to be doing one that I am not having high hopes for, the Turtle Wax headlight restoration kit. The only reason I don't have high hopes for this is because Turtle Wax has never really been a great company for me. I've tried a couple of their products and they've been about subpar. But since I'm not really that confident in this, I'll be doing it on my car. This is my 2006 Subaru Impreza that I just got running. If you haven't seen that, go check out the last video. But you might be thinking to yourself, if you have been keeping up with this series, hey, Alex, those aren't the headlights that came on the car. And you'd be right. This car came with Spec D headlights on it. These are the stock headlights that I managed to get the guy to throw in for me because I kind of like them better. The Spec Ds are not really my speed, but that's really neither here nor there. So let me grab a knife. So I'm very much expecting this to just be like every other kit that I've tried so far. It doesn't seem to be, this blade needs to be replaced. There doesn't seem to be much variation in them. It's all the same manufacturer who makes all of them, and I think they just get rebranded. So starting off, you get a singular cafeteria glove, which is the best description for that. It literally looks like a cafeteria glove. You get the spray lubricant. Oh, this is nice actually. They give you the spray lubricant instead of needing you to have your own. There's the lens clarifying compound, some lens base coat wipes, some lens sealing wipes, and I'm assuming, so these are going to be your sanding pads. Now, one thing I am not a huge fan of here is that they do not include an applicator of any type. And by that I mean something to hold the sandpaper. The other kits so far have had some type of hand applicator or a drill-based applicator that you can put the pads on and use that. This should be fine, but I would just caution you to be very careful. Don't nick your fingers and your hands are going to get a little bit wet. Now, prep stages for this is going to be pretty easy. Since this hood moves out of the way, it'll take care of most of the top of the light. I'm going to remove the bumper. I don't really need to. I don't really care about this paint right now. As a matter of fact, if I show you, this fender is completely shagged. It needs to be repainted. So that's why I'm not going to tape this off. However, if you're doing this at home, you should definitely tape these off. Mostly because there is a very high chance that you will accidentally miss or go too far or something and catch your paint. Since this car needs to be repainted anyway, and since I really don't care, I'm just going to open the hood and take the bumper off. If I get this fender at all, oh well. All right, so let's get into it. I'm gonna read the instructions and then I will start to walk you through it. By read, I more mean skim, but you know this by now. If this is your first time watching an unscripted review, know that I am not reading a script right now, as I very rarely do. I'm going to be walking through this product as I go, which means you will be getting all of my current and unfiltered opinions. In the future, if you happen to leave a comment on a future video or this one, I will answer your questions as to how they go, and I will even probably do a down the line couple-month checkup on all of the cars that I have done so far, because I have the RAV4, Evans, WRX, Molly's, Lancer, and now this. And I think I'm probably going to start doing other products after this because there's only so many headlight restoration kits I can do before I start to lose my mind. So, let's dive right in. Alrighty, so our first step here is going to be cleaning off the headlight. This is just to get off any debris that might be on it. Honestly, these things haven't been on the car in 2 years, and I've only driven up and down the street a couple times to make sure the car was running right. So there isn't a lot actually on them. So I'm going to be honest with you, I am actually going to have to read the instructions for this because it is a little bit bass-ackwards. Oh wait, I need to remove the, Thank God this bumper is held on by hopes and prayers. That makes this nice and easy. So the first step in this process is to just give the headlight a good little wipe down, obviously after I have removed the bumper and everything, which you'll notice is missing from down here. That just leaves this as a possible contact patch. These headlights probably haven't been on the car in about 2 years according to the previous owner, So I have very high doubts that there's going to be anything actually on them, but it is a part of the steps, so I'm going to do it just to appease the turtle wax gods. So this is where it gets a little bit different from the other ones. So first what you're going to need to do, which I would have figured would have gone last, but whatever, is to take the lens clarifying compound and remove its little cap. Come on, man, you're making me look like a fool. So your first step, in stark contrast to literally all of the other ones that we have done so far, is to take the lens clarifying compound, which is very out of focus, and apply it to a microfiber towel, or in this case it says a cotton towel, and then rub it on the surface. Well, to be honest with you, that really didn't do much of anything. Like, at all. I think that step might just be for funsies. So now what you're going to do is take the lubricant that they gave us, and side number 1, which I now know is here, you're going to apply some of that to side number 1 and get to scratching. Alright, once you're done with that, give it a good little wipe down. I'm just going to show off a foggy but very smooth surface. The instructions then go on to say to use the number 2 side, which they would have missed the opportunity for a tape reference to say B side, but I don't know if they were really looking that far ahead into the future, and just give it a good rub down again. So far, of all the disappointments in turtle wax I've had over the years, this isn't turning out to be one of them quite yet. Now, it doesn't explicitly say to dry it in between steps, but since I am making a video, I would like to show off the progress. You do not necessarily need to do this, but for this one, you're also going to want to go in the opposite direction. So earlier I was going side to side. Now I'm going to do top to bottom. So you see we're starting to get a more clear finish here. As it dries, you'll see it gets foggy again, but that's only because we've scuffed it up a lot. So now, moving on to the number 4, which is the purple side as it calls it. Again, get it wet and continue to do in the top to bottom motion or side to side, just the opposite of whatever you did on the first pad. So now we are done. I'm going to give this a proper dry off, and as I had mentioned earlier, this is the only actual time that you need to dry the headlight off. The instructions do make it very clear, or don't really have anything saying you need to do it in between steps, but as I am doing this for an audience, I figured I should show you what you're getting to. And at this point, the headlight is no longer yellow, and it is way smoother than it was. So even just here, we are way better off, but we still have another step to go. All right, so here's a little bit of a weirdie to me. So in step 2 here, it says to apply clarifying compound to the headlight. And then you go through A and B, which are to rub the headlights down with the sanding pads. Then C, it says dry lens with a cotton towel and apply clarifying compound, rub thoroughly. Let compound dry to a haze and buff with a cotton cloth. So they basically want you to apply it twice, which almost begs the question, do you even need to do it in the first place? For the sake of the argument, I will do it. And in fact, this time I'm going to use one of my applicator pads, since I used the towel to dry everything off. Small dabble, do you? And I will now admit, this does look a lot better, but I'm just still curious why they have you do that twice, and even have you do it before you start scuffing everything off. Now, this is where it gets a little different. The instructions say to restore both lenses before opening the lens base coat wipes, which are these guys, so base coat sealer. Now the instructions do differ here a little bit from the other kits. This is where you would normally apply a ceramic coating or a base coat or something like that. This one instead tells you to do the other side and then use these, which are the only 2 packs supplied, to do both headlights at the same time. All right, so I'm gonna do the other side real quick because I can't move you, so I can get the before and after. And then we will be back and I will apply the base coat. This is really weird, actually. I have a feeling if you're not filming this for a video, it would go a lot faster, but alrighty. So the other side is now done, which means that we can start applying the base coat and the, I'm assuming the ceiling coat. But that does mean I have to apply my lunch lady glove that I seem to have misplaced, actually. Ah, no I didn't. Yes I did. Can you find the glove? So now, the other side is done. We can start getting to this headlight, which means I have to don the lunch lady glove, which is somehow too small and too big at the same time. And we are going to be applying the lens base coat wipes to both headlights at the same time. Which I think this is just a cost-cutting measure. They only give you the one. And now apparently I am to let this dry, but unfortunately, it does not say how long it takes to dry. Honestly, as I wait for this to dry, these instructions aren't that great. Once dry, immediately follow with, yeah, it doesn't actually say how long it should take for these to dry. So without touching this, how do you suppose I figure out if it's dry or not? You know what? I'm just gonna go for it. This smells nasty. All right, so now that I have added the seal onto it, and I didn't just drop it, I'm gonna leave this set. It says about 24 hours, but we're gonna check back in however long it takes me to do the other side, and then I will give my thoughts. So now a couple minutes later, I will say these headlights do look a lot better. The front of this car still needs a lot of work. I'm still missing its nose cone, but at least the headlights aren't yellow. While I was doing this, I mentioned that I didn't like the instructions that were given with this kit. And that wasn't really the only thing I didn't like. Those were the biggest issue. There's a redundant step, and there's a lot of missing information that you may or may not need, or personally, I like to wipe the headlights off in between each step just to make sure I've not done something horribly wrong. Again, that's just me being picky, but that's kind of what I do. The other thing I don't like is the fact that they only give you one glove, which again, a little bit picky, and they only give you one set of restoration pads for each headlight. Granted, it works. They don't give you a time for how long to let them dry, except for the last step, which they said to let dry for 24 hours. So it seems like whoever wrote this was writing it in quite a hurry. And it's just reeks of cost cutting. A second glove wouldn't break the bank, guys, especially one like that. You can get those from like kitchen supply stores. Every lunch lady probably has worn one at some point in their life. They're just cheap plastic gloves. And finally, my biggest issue is there's nothing to hold the pad when you're working with it. You have to kind of claw grip it, and after a while it starts to get a bit painful on your fingers. Again, it just reeks of cost cutting for really no reason. These kits aren't that expensive, and I imagine the headroom on them's great, but that's gonna really stop me from being willing to recommend this. Out of the other 3 kits I've done, this is the one that was the most painful and time-consuming to do, and with the worst instructions. 2 of them were even the same kit with just different names attached to them, but at least they had an applicator pad or something to hold it with. So I'm gonna say if you're looking for a headlight restoration kit, go check out one of the other ones. If you're looking for a hand-done one, the Mothers or the Cerakote one is the one you're gonna look for. I'd stay away from this if I were you. So with all that out of the way and the not so glowing recommendation for this, it is effectively time to end. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're new here. Go check out another video. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. If you're a returning viewer, maybe say that down below, how long you've been here. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, peace out.